All right, so I am doubling this recipe because, so you can eat more. So I'm gonna start with, one cup, so I'm gonna get a bowl here, this big bowl, and I'm gonna start putting all the ingredients in here. I'm gonna put my gloves.
Sylvia, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How did you get involved in cooking and nutrition?
Yes, good question. When I started nutrition, my mom is a dietitian too. And she loved to cook. My grandma lived with us, like, all Latinos have their grandmas at home. My grandma lived with us and she used to cook a lot. And I used to watch her and never really I didn't want to learn how to cook. No, I don't think I need it. And then one day I was like, I remember talking with in high school, one of my best friends was taking a cooking class in high school. And she was showing me the recipes and I'm like, and then a light bulb went on my head. I'm like, oh, wow, this is really something that is so useful for the rest of my life. It's so interesting when you blend things like for smoothies, you can actually use, I'm one of those people that don't like to waste a lot of things. So you can use the stems and everything into it. So I'm just gonna cut it a little bit, like this. And I'm gonna put it all into the blender. However, a quick tip, when you're using a blender, you want it very creamy. You want to put your liquids and your creamy things at the bottom. Okay, so that way, when you put the other stuff, you can mix it up really good. So I'm gonna put we did a cup of yogurt here, and this is Greek yogurt. You can use soy yogurt as well if you are trying to do vegan or something else like that. So I'm gonna put these in here. I'm gonna put the yogurt at the bottom. So I'm gonna put the cup of lime juice. And it could be also lemon juice. Don't stress about that. We're gonna then put a cup of olive oil because we're doing a dressing. Again, I'm doubling the recipe. The recipe only calls for a half a cup, but I'm going to double it. So we're gonna do a little bit more. And sometimes I just love the smell of lemon juice. It's so good. Oops. Get that in a minute. Okay, so then we're gonna put the cilantro. So then we start to put the dry paste on top. Okay, I got the cilantro. You can put the stems. Same thing when you're doing like strawberries, you can actually eat the green part of the strawberries. Or that, and I went to the fields of strawberries. We're gonna do the honey. This is just a little bit of honey. Sometimes when you have the acidity, you need a little bit of sweetness to, and it's only 2 teaspoons. So again, we're doubling the recipe. Let's see, where's my spatula here? Go with the honey. Okay. And it could be maple syrup, agave, whatever. Sweetness. Again, it's all sugar. One is maybe processed a little more than the other, but it's all gets converted to glucose in the body. A little bit less processed. So we have the honey, and then we're gonna do a little bit of cumin too. I love cumin. Half a teaspoon of cumin. I love that. Maybe I'll add the cumin once it's more creamy, so it gets better. And then 2 garlic cloves. I'm gonna get these out. And to take the skins off, also you kind of mash it a little bit, and then the skins comes out really easy. There's many ways to take the skins out, but that's the way I do it. I'm gonna put 2 garlic cloves. My favorite. So if you have any leftover, this is great in salads too. I think what makes you eat more vegetables, it's a good dressing. I'm telling you, sticking with this. Okay, the rest is really, really simple. We're gonna put, like I said, we're gonna put it all, we're gonna just mix the salad. And I mean, I did quinoa with this because quinoa, you know, is so high in protein. It's got a lot of great other nutrients, a lot of fiber. So I did it with quinoa, but you could do it also with barley, any other grains, you know. This is what they call a pseudo grain, where it's not a grain, it's a legume. I mean, it's kind of like in between, but we still call it grain. But you can actually use barley, you can use any other grains that are high in fiber as well. So we have, you know, we break it up a little bit, easy to put. Then we're gonna have, I have here bell pepper, and you can do mushrooms, you could do any other pepper soup, but this is the recipe. So I did one big bell pepper. The recipe calls for one bell pepper, but I did a big one, so it's kind of like two. Half a red onion, but I'm putting you know, whole onion because I'm doubling it. Now, you can use green onions as well, Vidalia onions, it's okay. I'm not a big fan of eating raw onions, so I might not do it. Not that I'm gonna eat it all here, but but as you can see, it's starting to get, you can see the colors. So we're gonna do a cup of corn, and you can use canned corn. This is frozen corn, thawed. Okay, again, lots of fiber, lots of fiber. This is gonna be good for you. And then we're gonna do I chopped also the more cilantro. Okay. So you can really see the colors coming through, very pretty. Really pretty salad, and the fiber content, the nutrition content is high. I love it. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna, I think it's 1 cup of tomatoes. So I'm going to, we're gonna do 2 cups. I'm gonna use a little bit of the one. So what I'm gonna do is cut them in half. But I get this avocado into the salad. As you can see, it's got a pretty color. We can, I mean, again, you know, I gave you measurements, but really, I mean, the more vegetables, the better. It doesn't, you know, I think what gives it a nice little flavor is the, of course, is the dressing that we're gonna put on it. But here's, you know, with the avocado on it. I try to add the flavors with lime juice, with vegetables, all these things, and not really add salt to my recipes. I always say to people, I am not putting any salt on my recipes because there's plenty of flavor. But if you are inclined and you want to put some salt, be my guest. The ceviche is like they cook in the lime. I try to use a lot of flavor from cumin, and I could probably do a little more cumin in here maybe. So ready to eat. Appetit.